Good morning you guys, it's Karen and I have got an Empties for you, and as you can see it is very full. I'm going to go through it fairly quickly, but there are a lot of fails in here I think, because if I buy something new and it's instantly a fail, I just stick it in here into my Empties box before even coming and showing you that I've bought it, if you like. So I'm just going to grab things and get started. So firstly, this is the Giovanni Ultra Sleek Conditioner for all hair types. This was just okay. It wasn't awful, it didn't weigh my hair down, it did detangle, but only for like a couple of hours after using it. I have used it all up. It looks like I haven't, but I actually have. It's just air in there. And I bought, I think, about 3 or 4 of these Giovanni ones from possibly Cult Beauty. I'm really searching for a cruelty-free conditioner that I like. I found a couple of shampoos, but I've still got a space for conditioners. Actually, I'll talk about these two next because you guys suggested Faith in Nature products. I think you can get these in Holland and Barrett, but I ordered mine from Amazon. So firstly, I got the Tea Tree Shampoo because it is a cleansing shampoo. So you guys know that I'm usually looking for a deep cleansing shampoo, a clarifying shampoo. That's the kind of shampoo I like to use that makes my hair feel squeaky clean before I put on a ton of conditioner. And so this one sounded okay. I don't mind the smell of tea tree, so I thought I would give it a go. I don't love this, I'm afraid. This is a fail. You can see that I have used that much, and that was one use because I used it first and it didn't foam up, like barely at all, and I was like, okay, sometimes shampoos don't foam up that much the first time, especially if you've got a little product in your hair. And so most of the time I sort of rinse my hair a little bit and then go in a second time. Even when I was using my Tresemme Deep Cleansing Shampoo, I did that, and then the second time it would foam up. With this one, it still didn't foam up very much on the second go, and in fact I've had this with one other shampoo, I can't remember which one, but it felt like it was tangling my hair up as I was using it, and I was like, oh, this is not good. I just did not like this at all, so this is a fail for me, unfortunately, and I will use this as a bathroom cleaner. Then I bought 2 of the Faith in Nature conditioners, and this is one of them. This is the Jojoba one. It's the smoothing for normal to dry hair, so you can see I have used this once. I've got one other of these to try that's in the bathroom waiting for me to try it just now. This was okay. It wasn't one, it was kind of like that one I told you about here, and I think I will find most conditioners are like that. They are okay, they don't weigh my hair down. That's what this one did. Didn't weigh my hair down. It was okay, my hair felt detangled, but it didn't last, and it wasn't like super soft, so it wasn't anything amazing for me. Perhaps the other one will be. I've got the other one to try, and I imagine when you guys recommend something, you might have a particular one in mind, so let me know. But this one, do you know, this is probably one I could use up, but life is too short for using products that you're kind of like, it's just okay, I don't know what I would do with this because I don't particularly like the smell. That's the first thing I noticed about these, actually, that these and the Aveda products that I've been buying have got that very essential oil type smell that I don't really like. This is the other one I was talking about. So this is the Vosine Medicated Shampoo. So do you remember I bought this quite a while ago? I did show you this in a haul, and there's a tiny little bit left. I could probably get one more use out of this. And I said to you guys, I did really enjoy it the first time I used it, and it definitely leaves your hair squeaky clean. But I couldn't be 100% sure this was cruelty free. Trying to find that information just wasn't easy, and it seemed to be, what I found out at the time was Vosine Kids was cruelty free, but this one there was a question mark over. So I was a bit bummed at the time, but having used it a few times since, I still love the smell. It's definitely deep cleansing, but it does that thing that I was talking about with this, where I feel like my hair it's tangling up as I'm washing it. And I think that was what was so unique about my Tresemme Deep Cleansing Shampoo, and what I loved about it so much is it would leave my hair feeling squeaky clean, but it wouldn't tangle it up. I could still get a comb through it very easily. So there was obviously something in it that helped that process, because with both of these, my hair was tangled before, when I got to put the conditioner on, I was like, oh my goodness. So that I've used up, but I won't repurchase that one. Try and stick to hair products, shall I? This is Herbal Essences White Tea and Mint Shampoo, and I do really like the Herbal Essences shampoo, but again, there's now a question mark about, are they cruelty free, because I believe they're owned by Procter & Gamble. So it seems like with Herbal Essences, every time I look it up, I come up with a different answer. I looked it up initially, they weren't cruelty free, then I looked it up and it had changed for 2020, but then when I looked it up just there, they they aren't cruelty free, so there's a question mark over this brand, and if they're owned by Procter & Gamble, then most likely they're not cruelty free. But I'm okay with that because I have actually got another shampoo that I think I'll be happy to use going forward, and this wasn't, it didn't make my hair feel squeaky clean, it was just a nice shampoo to use. Haircare. Okay, this is the Hair Boss, the semi-permanent shine spray. You can see I've given this a good go. This is one I showed you in a haul when I did the whole haul of the Hair Boss products, and you know I love their mask, but this just didn't do anything for me, and I have tried this several times since, and I feel that it doesn't really do anything at all for me. So yeah, I'm not going to use the rest of that. Okay, this is a random hair item that I wanted to show you. This is a heated, it's like a straightening brush basically, and I wanted to ask you guys if any of you used one of these with success. This one is Miro Pure. Now this particular brush is not a bad brush, it's not a bad product, but the reason I bought this is because, do you know how I used that electronic hair curler, and I was so, hair curling tong, I was so surprised by it because you know, I'd seen it before on Amazon, and it wasn't until the company approached me to send it to me that I was like, I'll give it a go, but I don't think I'm going to like it. And I was like, wow, this is really, really good. Maybe, you know, there's other things that will help me do things better. And I noticed, I can't remember the last time I even seen her doing it, but I remember seeing my friend straightening her hair. And she uses a brush and the straightener, which I can't really use two hands. And so it does often mean that I have to go over an area twice, because even if I brush it out, it's sort of sitting at the wrong angle. I don't know if I'm even explaining myself well. But I thought, well, let me try this. Maybe this will be one of those products that I'm like, should have been using this for years, you know, instead of just a straightener. So you just switch it on, it heats up, there's a heated plate at the bottom of the bristles, and then you just run it through. But what I found was, see at the end there, see how my hair's sticking out? There's no way of actually pushing that onto the heated plate, so you can't do much with the ends. I mean, I was trying to sort of hold it like that and flick it, but you can see it gets to that point and the hair isn't close enough to that base plate to actually make them straight. It's not a bad result at all, but it's just, I used it and I felt like I then still needed to go over with my straighteners, so there's no point. So has anybody used a straightening brush, if that's what you call it, with success? Is it something you'd recommend? Is it just that this one isn't great? Is there any way, you know, a better technique to doing that? Let me know what you think, because this one so far is a fail for me. Just noticed there that both these earrings were twisted back so my ear looked funny, and had a big black splodge on my face. Why didn't you tell me? I just saw it in the mirror there. I guess my mascara must be flaking. Next shampoo, Maui Moisture. They're definitely cruelty free, and this one is the Volcanic Ash Detoxifying Shampoo, another one that one of you guys recommended to me, and I did enjoy this. But I had to use an awful lot of it to get any kind of foam, and so this bottle hasn't lasted me very long at all. By the way, it smells amazing. Oh, it is just, what is it like? It's like a perfume. I wouldn't think it was odd. If somebody passed me and I smelled this, I'd be like, oh, that's a nice perfume. And it's like a kind of musky smell. So if you like oud, I love the smell of oud, you'll like this, I think. It's that sort of real, almost masculine scent, but not quite, you know. So I love the smell of it. The smell actually does stay in your hair, which I love as well, but they're quite expensive, these hair care products, and like I said, I had to use quite a lot twice. It's quite a thick shampoo, it's not a thin shampoo, and I had to use quite a lot on my hair to get any kind of foam. And I know that, you know, sorry, we're wonky, I have to change this a bit. I know that somebody will say, you don't need foam. You definitely don't, but it's just something that I enjoy and that makes me feel like I've washed my hair. So this is a kind of potential repurchase. Next is the Olaplex number 3. You can use, see, I have used that. These normally last me 2 goes. I can use this twice on my hair, and I will probably purchase another one of these because I do always feel like my hair feels stronger when I use this. It does just feel in better condition. Like I think a lot of people, I always thought that this was some sort of conditioner and that my hair should feel really soft and tangle free and whatnot after using this, but it's not really the point of it. And the reason I know that is because I was considering doing a dupe video, because the Hair Boss, you know, I talked about this being a fail, but like I said, I love the mask. It's from Superdrug. The brand is called Hair Boss. It's vegan. It's a double hair mask, and that I thought, I feel like I get the same result but a little bit better with that hair mask. My hair feels so healthy after using that. You've heard me gush about it before, and there's not many products in life that I gush about that much, but my hair feels like lightweight and soft and tangle free and just amazing. So I wanted to compare all the ingredients, but there is a science behind this that helps sort of strengthen your hair, and so it's not an exact dupe, but you get the same, I feel like you get the same feeling from it, but a little bit more from the other one. But I believe in the science of this. I like how this makes my hair feel, so I will probably get another one of these and use it if my hair's not feeling so great, which it isn't at the moment. I have to say it's feeling pretty yucky, but I have still not had a haircut. I have not had my haircut since before the lockdown, so I think my last haircut was in either January or February, so we're talking about more than 6 months, which is unheard of for me. I normally have my haircut every 8 weeks, something like that. I actually put it into my calendar and I go back every 8 weeks. I did cut it myself a little bit during the lockdown, just to try and trim the ends, but it definitely feels now like I need, you know, a good inch off the back, and yeah, that will definitely make my hair feel better. But I'm also going to buy one of these and use it. I've got the number 5, which is the maintenance conditioner. That's not one I'd repurchase, I don't think. I've got to try that a little bit more. The number 6 is a leave-in conditioner. I've got that one as well, and again, I don't think I'd repurchase that because I only use a tiny amount, because one of you guys said you'd got it and it made your hair look really greasy, and it does say you don't use too much, and so I'm just not noticing anything from the small amount I'm using. So again, I probably need to use it a bit more before I comment. Maybe I should just do an Olaplex video and talk about the benefits of each one and my experience with each one. Let me know if you want me to do that. Okay, that's everything hair care wise. I've got 2 self tans here that are a fail. The first one is the Australian Glow Medium Self Tan Mousse. I showed you this in a haul, I think. This is another one that is tinted, and it very much is like the Saint Tropez in its colour. I don't know if you can see from it being from around the lid. It's that sort of greeny colour, you know, and it is a very nice colour, but it just faded patchy on me, or it was patchy actually around my ankles, and so I've got quite a lot of mousses that I can use sort of on my legs and feet, and I don't want to use a tinted one on my face and neck. I did try this on my face and neck just to see what I thought, and it just kind of, when they've got this colour guide, it just sort of grabs to all, sometimes even to my freckles, and they look really odd, and so it's one that I don't really want to use unless I literally know I'm not going to leave the house, even for a dog walk, you know, so that one's no good. This one is the Tan Luxe Hydra Mousse. I had high hopes for this because I do like the Tan Luxe self tanners. Is this the medium dark? Yeah, I got the medium dark in this. I should have got the light medium, but now I don't know what to do because I've put this on and it did go very, very patchy on my neck. I really like these tanning waters. My favourite one is the Vita Liberata, but they are not cruelty free, and so I hope this would be a replacement. Thankfully, I found some that I really like. The Saint Tropez Little Glow one, I really like that. So, you know, I'm not in a rush to try and find a replacement, but this was so expensive. I think this was £35, and yeah, it goes patchy. It wears off very, very quickly and very patchy. So I was disappointed in that. Okay, you guys know that I've been talking about being potentially menopausal. Well, I've done a blood test with a company called Medicated, and hopefully I'll get the results this week. So that'll be interesting to see, because now I don't think I am. I won't go into the full details, but I'll talk about that over on Life's a Zebra. But I am having hot sweats, so I think it might well be the beginning of it all, you know. Anyway, my point being, this little hand fan, oh my goodness, it's so good. I actually bought this. See, that's how fast it goes. Oh, that's so nice. I'm so hot. I bought this to use at the gym. And I've never had a chance to try it at the gym. They changed my gym all around. It used to have fans on their machines, and now they don't have any fans on them. And I asked the guy, you know, am I just missing it? Is there a fan on there somewhere? And he went, no. He said, we've had so many complaints. And I said to him, well, can I bring my own fan? Because this one you can actually stand up, and there's quite a lot of room on the machines. And he said, yeah, no problem. But of course then lockdown happened, so I haven't been back to the gym since. But what I have got is my own little machine now, a little bike, a hybrid bike with a fan on it. So I've just been using this on hot days, and it's just, oh, this is so nice. And like I said, I could even just sort of sit it down on there and have it on me. Oh, lovely. Okay, let's get stuck in because I've got a lot of skincare here. So this is the Find Micellar water. That's just 3-in-1, I didn't even realise that. Mild cleansing, enriched with cherry blossom extract and provitamin B. It doesn't say what the 3-in-1 is. Didn't know it said that. Anyway, I bought these. This is an Amazon brand, and I couldn't find them as a single bottle. You had to buy them in like a pack of 3, I think it was. And so I got 3 of the ones for, which is this one, for dry and sensitive skin, and then I got 3 of the ones for normal skin. So I've got a lot of bottles of this. Thankfully, I like both of them. I can't really see much difference between them, but you know I love Micellar water. These were really reasonably priced, and I haven't used this whole bottle. I've actually put this into, I think it might be the other brand. Oh yeah, it's in another bottle like this. This is another Amazon brand called Belly, B-E-L-E-I, and this is a no rinse micellar water for normal skin. So I think they're both, yeah, they are both Amazon brands, aren't they? Find and Belly, because I know I've bought clothes that are under this Find brand before. Anyway, they're both really good, but this is just in such a big bottle that it wouldn't fit in my skincare bag, which, thinking about it, it now will, because I'm now using the diaper caddy thing that I'm going to show on my Amazon haul that I love for my skincare. Okay, totally getting off topic there, aren't I? Really good. Both of these are really good. Micellar waters. So I've got micellar waters forevermore. I've got 3 of these, 3 of the other kind, and I also ordered another 2 of these because in case I didn't like these. So I've got about 8 bottles of micellar water, and if I didn't, I'd just use the Superdrug ones. So yeah, that's something I won't be talking about for a while. This is the Boots Ingredients Glycolic Acid. I've used as much as I could be bothered using, and that's how much is left. This is okay. It's not bad at all. It just, there's no percentage, so you don't know what percentage of glycolic acid. It didn't affect my skin. It didn't sting my skin. I just prefer to use something where I know there is a good percentage in it. So it was okay. And I actually quite like this little bottle, but not a repurchase for me. This next one is really interesting. This is the 100% L-ascorbic acid powder from The Ordinary. And I bought this not that long ago. I feel like I got more in this than I did in the niacinamide, to be honest with you. Anyway, I tried this and it wrecked my skin. I had like rings of red allergic reaction on my neck, and it was painful, and yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all. And I was just like, okay, it's time for me to stop using ascorbic acid, because ascorbic acid, even in the formulations in a tube or a serum, have made me break out before. So using this was just terrible. And why I say it's interesting is because I've just put my review up of the niacin powder, and that's one I love, and I do actually recommend that one. But a lot of people have said how there are some reviews out there by, I haven't seen any, but there are reviews out there by estheticians that say this is not, estheticians anyway, that this is not the best thing to use, or the niacin powder is not the best thing to use because you can't exactly get the right formula. But when they talk about the risk, they tend to refer back to ascorbic acid powder. I agree, this one I think is no good. I think it's just too risky because it's too irritating to the skin. But niacin, as far as I know, is very few people have irritation. One person, I did ask in that video for people to let us know, one person has said they did get an irritation, but it was from a niacin serum. It wasn't from using the powder. So there are people that will get an irritation from niacin, but less people than will from this because of the low pH of this. You know, when this is mixed with a serum, it will be a low pH product, whereas the niacin won't be. So I just wanted to say that, you know, I know that the blogs I've read, the videos I have watched where people are saying that they don't like that you can't get the exact formula, when they're then talking about it being a risk, they tend to refer back to this and not so much about the niacin. Just realising how different my foundation colour looks to my neck today. I used the Nip Plus Fab bronzing oil on my face and neck, and I did notice when I put my foundation on, this is the Kat Von D True Portrait in Light 018. And it is way too light for my neck, isn't it? I look quite different. And I did use a lot of bronzer to try and sort of match it a little bit more, but yeah, failed in that, haven't I? This is the Q&A Niacinamide Toner. I really like this, and yeah, I've used it all up. I would happily use this again, actually. I like this from Q&A, and I also like their Peppermint Cleanser. Love them both. So yeah, this is definitely something I would repurchase. Not because I've particularly noticed anything in my skin, because I've only recently started using niacin a bit more regularly. But this was nice, you know, no irritation, didn't feel greasy or anything, didn't sting. It just was really nice. And I think from memory, there was a good percentage of niacin in it. So yeah, like that. This is the Cosrx B5 Deep Panthenol Cream. I really liked this. This was really quite soothing on my skin. I used this at a time where I had, you know, lots of little bumps and irritations and whatnot, and it was quite soothing. So this is one that I would definitely consider repurchasing as a night cream. As I used it, you can see I have used it all. The only thing about it was I got it from Yes Style, and it did take a long time for everything to arrive. And I'm quite impatient. When I decide I want something, I want it then, you know, and especially with things like this, because I know that I used up, in fact, I'll need to grab it. I've used up this, the Hydrating Moisture Jelly that I showed you. I love this, but I'm always surprised at how quickly it runs out, because I just showed you this in a haul, I'm sure, and that's it gone. I feel like it only lasts a couple of weeks, and it's £25 for this, so quite expensive for it not lasting very long, you know. It says that there is 30 ml in here. Maybe. Well, it's not maybe, is it? There is 30 ml in here. I don't know why I used this up so fast, because I didn't feel like with this, I feel like I couldn't believe how long this lasted, you know, so I don't know whether this just dispenses a lot and therefore I use more, I don't know. But I remember last night using it and none came out, and I thought, oh my goodness, I don't think I've got anything else to use as a night cream, so I'm going to need to find something. This is the Lactic Acid Booster. This is the Me Plus range by Superdrug. I've done a whole video and talked about this, and this is one of the items that I did really like. There is a tiny drop left in there, but yeah, I really enjoyed this one. This one I think is only 5%. My favourite lactic acid is from the Ordinary 10%, and that's the one that I will use going forward. I tried this one just so that I could review the Superdrug new range of skincare, and it is very nice. So if you prefer to only use a 5%, you prefer to buy from the shop, this one is lovely. Oh, I've got a hair care item that I missed. This is the Overnight Repair Serum by the Hair Boss. I did try this as a, you can see I've used half a bottle. I've tried it all sorts of ways, and I tried it last as a kind of pre-wash treatment, the same way as I would use an oil. So I would normally like overload my hair with almond oil or coconut oil or something, and then wash it out the following day, and my hair always feels amazing. I used this in that way, just kind of saturated the ends with this and then washed it out, and I didn't notice any difference even with that. So this is no good, unfortunately. That's a fail. I have the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum. This was very nice. Love the little pump bottle. It's just a little, I'm surprised a little bit came out there. Yeah, you can see that there's tiny bits coming out. It's just a nice clear serum. It felt lovely on my skin. I did really enjoy this, but I feel like it was too expensive for, well, I feel like I can spend less money on a serum. I don't know what off the top of my head, something like the amino acids from the Ordinary, and so this isn't a repurchase for me. It's just too expensive for what it is, I feel like. Another First Aid Beauty item, and this is a fail. This is the iDuty Triple Remedy Overnight Balm. This is that really kind of thick stuff that you need to put your fingers in, which I don't like, and I never really thought about when I got it. And it is very thick feeling, but that was an exciting delivery. I have been sent this. This is the Foreo Bear. None of the pain, all of the gain. I think that this is like the new face. I think I've yet to do my research on this, but I am going to start researching it and hopefully using it today. And I really want to use it here. I'm trying to think, well, are those little bits small enough to get in that area? I think they probably are. I'm dead excited about that. I will definitely be reporting to you on that. So I was talking about this eye cream or eye balm. It feels like it would be really good, you know, because it's really quite thick. And I would think that that would be nice, but actually it stung my eyes, and it never felt really hydrated under here using this. So it was more the stinging that bothered me. I was just like, what is it in it that is stinging? Something in it is stinging, so that's a fail. I haven't had that many, I can't think of any actually. Maybe one. I haven't had that many wins from First Aid Beauty. Next, I have finished the Drunk Elephant Umbra Sheer Physical Daily Defense SPF 30. I won't use this again. This was nice enough. You can see I've used pretty much the whole tube. I could maybe get one more use out of it. And I used it up because it was expensive and there's nothing really wrong with it. You know, it was nice enough. But I noticed if I put an oil on in the morning, which I sometimes do when my skin's really dry, or if I'm using the vitamin C, the C Deep from Garden of Wisdom, is in squalane, and so I was using that and then putting this on top. It was like I was sliding this all over the place, you know. But even if I didn't, I just noticed that it was quite hard to rub in sometimes, and I just didn't enjoy. By the end of it, I was like, I'm glad I'm at the end of this, so that's not a repurchase for me. I've used up my bee oil by The Ordinary, and I did really enjoy using this. I don't think I liked this one quite as much as my favourite oils from The Ordinary, so the borage oil and the sea buckthorn oil. I love those are my favourites, but this was just nice for a change. The final kind of skincare item, I suppose, is this Melatonin Overnight Lip Mask by Milk Makeup, and I don't like the smell of this. It's lavender. I don't want lavender essential oil in things that I'm putting on my skin, and especially, you know, to me, lips are really sensitive. I don't like that. I like the feel of this. I don't like the fact that I have to put my finger in it, but I knew that before buying it, so that's my own stupid fault. You know, I feel like it feels like it's going to be so moisturising, because it's really feels emollient. But I would put it on my lips, try and get over the whole lavender smell, and then like 10 minutes later I'd feel like I needed more. So this was a colossal fail for me, unfortunately. Everything else in here is makeup. So I've got the Hourglass number 28 primer serum. I got this, did I actually buy this? I think I might have bought this in a kind of when I bought minis or something like that, or maybe I got it with something. Anyway, it feels amazing going on, but it is so strong. It's actually a lovely smell, but it's so fragrant that I really was put off at first, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I even want to try this, you know. But I thought, let me try it because it feels lovely. I put it on my face and it did feel lovely, but as I've said in that recent video, I just haven't found many, if any, primers that do anything amazing, and this is included. I tried it quite a few times on one half of my face, compared it with the other, no difference whatsoever. This is the e.l.f. Paulus Putty Primer. I really did try with this as well. You can see I used a big chunk of that, and I've actually seen, is it Jamie Genevieve talking about this and saying that she felt it held her makeup in place. I've tried it many times, half and half, and it just didn't do anything at all for me. I thought it was when I first started using it. I thought it was helping, but when you actually look at it, you know, because I think when you buy something and everybody's raving about it, you can almost see things, you know. It's back to, you know, how I talk about the placebo effect. It's like, oh yeah, it really is working, it really is good. But then when you actually compare it side to side, it's like, you know what? My foundation looks pretty good anyway on the side with no primer, so it's not doing that much. I have a foundation in here. This is the Sleek Vitality Foundation in VF01. I struggle to get the right colours in Sleek foundations. I do quite like their Life Proof foundation. This one is what, Vitality. I like their Life Proof one, but I can't get the right colour. The only colour they do is just very dark. I probably could have worn it today and it would have been okay, you know, because I put a dark tan on. And this is their lightest, and it's just very orangey. I don't know, peachy. I don't know whether it will show up on screen. And yeah, I just didn't like it at all. And the colour below this is too dark for me. So yeah, not for me at all, but I thought it was worth trying because I do, like I said, I like the other Sleek foundation. I've got a concealer here. This is the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Serum Concealer. My favourite concealer is the Bare Minerals Serum Concealer, if they still do it. And I thought that this might be a good dupe. I don't think it is. I don't think this feels like a serum concealer. It feels more just like a concealer. And this was okay, it wasn't awful, but I would prefer to use no concealer than use this, or the one that I've been using and loving is the NYX Born to Glow concealer. That one is really nice. So that one's not a repurchase. This is, why is this in here? This is a Kat Von D lipstick. Did I try this? Santa Sangre. I think I just decided this colour wasn't for me. I think I was having a bit of a clear out. I very rarely wear red lipsticks, as you know, but I know that the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks, I love the packaging and everything, and I love the Kat Von D brand, but I find their liquid lipsticks extremely drying. The ones I prefer are the Stila liquid lipsticks, and I think I bought that red lipstick lately called Besso recently. I'm so hot, I'm trying to talk too fast. Let me just cool down just for a second. There's definitely some black dropping off my eyes. Tell you, the mascara I'm using is the Gosh skinny mascara, which is really nice. It's a tiny brush, you know I love it, but I do think it's crumbling, because like I said, every now and then I'm like brushing away a little crumble of mascara. Oh, this is so nice. Okay, so yeah, I think I've decided that the Stila one I bought called Besso, if I'm going to wear a red, it's more likely to be that one than this one. And I've had this for years and I don't think I've ever worn it. I never remember saying that. It's called Santa Sangre. So yeah, I don't think that's, I thought it's time to get rid of that. Got a ton of mascaras in here. Let me talk about the other things. This is the Colourpop, what do you call these? Shock eyeshadows in Twitter Pated. Really, really nice colour. I used this and loved the look, but I'm finding these quite hard to work with. Yes, I can kind of move that all about. I could probably work with it, but I just didn't find it easy to use the last time I tried. It's drying out already. And I think I remember that from using these in the past, that they do dry out quite quickly. So I just was being too impatient with that one. I've got an Eyelure brow crayon. This is just one of those micro brow crayons. And yeah, it was nice enough, but it, you know, it's not a cheap one. And I wouldn't buy it again because I can buy the next ones and they're just as good. I've got a little lip liner here. This is by Charlotte Tilbury and it's the Iconic Nude. I've been trying to sharpen this and it's just going down and down and down and I cannot get a sharp end on it. But also that's just a little bit too dark for me. So again, I'm really, really trying my best to dig into things like my lip liners, which are, can you see behind me, in that sparkly thing over there, and I'm trying to use ones that have kind of just been sitting there and decide, do I want to keep this, would I buy it again, you know, and get rid of it, and that was one of them. And then there's this lipstick. This is the Too Faced Melted Matte in Queen Bee. I really, really like this. I think Nisha might have bought this for me, you know. I think she did. Nisha from Sugar Puff and Fluff. I'm pretty sure she got me this. Did she go to America at the time? And I absolutely love it, but it's not a colour I wear that often. If I'm going to go for that sort of pinky mauvey look, then this is the lipstick I would reach for, but I don't do that very often. I tend to wear a lighter lipstick, but I do really like the Too Faced liquid lipsticks and I do really like this colour Queen Bee, so I might well buy it again, but I have got one, I think it might be by Dose of Colours. I've got one that's very, very similar, so I'm not going to buy it just now, but it is a really nice one. But I went to use this one and realised that it smelled like paint, and they don't normally smell like that. They normally smell like vanilla. So I was like, that one's gone off. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was a bit more drying because I've had it for so long. Okay, on to mascaras. And I think the two things that I'm looking for just now are a cruelty-free mascara that I can get on with and a cruelty-free conditioner. If I can find those two things, I think I'm pretty much sorted. Okay, so we've got the Barry M mascara. This is Anna Inglis collaboration. I loved the ones on this. I've got to try and remember what was wrong with each of these. I think I can remember. This one is just, there's too much on the brush. Like, let me show you. Like there's loads of product on the brush. There's not, you know, you'd almost have to sit and go like this for quite some time and I can see it all coming off. And so it starts off quite thick and I feel like for me that was hard then to get my lashes separated, and you know I'd have to end up doing this and having a piece of tissue and blah blah blah, and so it was just too much hassle. My lashes did look okay when I'd done, but it was just too much hard work to use this. Although I did like the brush, it would have been better if it was a natural brush. This one this one is a plastic one, but I suppose this might be limited edition anyway. Then there is this W7 Lashtastic that I showed on Instagram because I loved it. This one I was so surprised how much I enjoyed it. This brush is huge. You guys know I like a thin brush, but one of you guys recommended this, and as often as I can, unless it's really expensive or not available in the UK, as long as it's cruelty free, I will try any recommendations from you. And so I tried this and I was really surprised. I really liked it. However, the second time I used it, I was like, oh, that feels like it's dried up already. That can't be right. But it did dry up like literally within the first week of me using this. So I don't know whether I just got a dud tube, but you can see like it's already gone where it's all gathering around the edge of that, and it's all at the base of this. Can you see? It just looks yucky, and it was, again, I was getting clumps on my lashes and I was like, that's no good. So although this is super cheap, it's no good being super cheap if it only lasts a couple of weeks. Then I had picked up, I think I showed you this, the Pixie by Petra Lengthy Fibre Mascara. Do you remember I had one? I showed you a Pixie one that was actually a primer, a lash primer, but I used it as a mascara, and I really liked that one. And I thought that this one would either be similar, because it was the same brand, or that it was the same thing but with a different name or reformulated or something. And I do like this brush. It is a natural bristle brush. It is quite a small brush, not tiny, but it's quite small. But this again started off dry, really dry. So not necessarily clumpy like those other two that I talked about, but you know, like I could hardly get anything on my lashes. It was almost as if I'd had this for a year or something, and I was like, this is no good if it's like this already. This is what you want your mascara to end up like, not to start off like, you know. And again, I think, well, have I got a dud tube? But as soon as I saw the brush, I thought, I think I've tried this mascara before and I had the same issue. So I'd like to know if you have the same issues with that. But yeah, that was no good. And it was actually, as I was putting it on, it was so dry that there was bits dropping down. So that was not a good one. This is the e.l.f. Waterproof Length and Volume Mascara. I didn't realise this was waterproof when I bought it. I obviously didn't have my contact lens in that day or put my glasses on, but I love the little brush. And my lashes looked okay when I used this, but it was just hard to get off. I don't like waterproof mascara, so this was my fault for buying a waterproof one. And actually looking at it, there's quite a lot of yuck on the brush as well, but it was okay. It wasn't anything amazing. If it was amazing, maybe I'd have stuck with it, but it was just too hard to get off, and so that's a no for me. Am I like the fussiest girl in the world with mascaras? Do you watch me and go, what do you want? You're looking for the impossible? Probably, but at least, you know, I know that there's been mascaras I've loved and they're not cruelty free, or I can't get them anymore, or, you know, so I can be pleased. That's everything finally. So I'll quickly tell you what I'm wearing, because you're probably sick of my voice by now. I told you the foundation, it's the Kat Von D True Portrait Foundation. On my eyes is a pigment by Anastasia. Is it by Anastasia? Yes, called Daiquiri. And it's one I showed you before in a haul and said that I wasn't sure I liked it, and I thought I'd give it another go today, and I still don't love it. I don't love the colour, I don't love the texture of the pigment. It's just not for me. It's not awful, it's nice, and I think it would look nice on, I think I said when I showed you, I think it would look nice on younger eyes. So you probably won't see me wearing that again. On my cheeks, oh, I've actually got a new blush on. It's the Revolution, the XX Revolution blush. Excess blush, I think it's called. And this one is in Fickle. Then on my lips are looking a little bit too light, I know. I've got on the Too Faced Liquid Lipstick in Holy Chic. And then I just used my usual, I should probably chuck these to be honest, Clarins Instant Light Perfector Balm in 03. I don't know if they still do these, but obviously I wouldn't repurchase them because they aren't cruelty free, which is probably why I keep them, because I do quite like them. That's everything. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll speak to you again soon.